Chapter 4: Secrets and Lies. The days after the Durban trip felt strange for Felicity. On the outside, everything looked normal. She still walked to school with Kevin, still sat with him at break, and still laughed with Tyla. But inside, she was restless. The kiss with Dexter haunted her. No matter how many times she told herself to forget it, the memory played over and over in her mind. His smile, his eyes, the way he looked at her. It was like a secret she couldn't escape. She kept reminding herself, you love Kevin, you can't lose him. 3 years together means something. But every time her phone buzzed with a message from Dexter, her heart skipped. The messages. It started with small things. Dexter would text her jokes or ask how her day was. She replied politely at first, telling herself it was harmless, but soon their chats grew longer. They began talking late into the night about school, about their families, even about dreams for the future. Dexter told her how lonely he felt at home with his parents always traveling. Felicity admitted how hard it was for her mother to provide while her father was away. The more they talked, the closer she felt to him. But she also grew distant from Kevin. When he asked why she wasn't free after school, she lied. "I'm studying with Tyla," she said, even though she was actually meeting Dexter. When he called at night, she sometimes ignored the call, pretending she had fallen asleep early. Each lie made her chest tighten, but she kept doing it. She told herself it was only temporary, that she was just being a good friend to Dexter. Tyla's confusion. One Saturday afternoon, Felicity went to Tyla's house with her books. Tyla was thrilled to have her best friend back. "I missed this," Tyla said happily. "Just the two of us studying like old times." Felicity smiled, but guilt washed over her. Tyla had no idea that Felicity was keeping a secret, one that would break her heart if she found out. Tyla chattered about Dexter as they worked. "He's so handsome. Did you see how he laughed on the trip? I swear, Felicity, one day he's going to notice me." Felicity forced a laugh. "Yeah, maybe." Her stomach twisted. Tyla liked Dexter, but Dexter only messaged her. And worst of all, she wasn't telling Tyla the truth. That night, when Dexter invited her out for a walk, she told Tyla she was going to Kevin's. Tyla believed her without question. The invitation. Weeks later, exams drew closer. Students were busy studying, but Dexter had other plans. One afternoon, he messaged Felicity. "My parents are gone for 2 days. Even the maid isn't here. Come over. We can hang out, watch movies, relax. No one will bother us." Felicity's heart raced. She knew it was dangerous. She typed back, "I can't. What if someone finds out?" Dexter replied, "No one will. Just say you're at Tyla's or Kevin's. I promise, nothing bad will happen." She hesitated for a long time. Finally, curiosity and the pull she couldn't resist made her agree. That evening, she told her mother she was sleeping over at Tyla's to study. Then she texted Tyla, "If my mom asks, say I'm at Kevin's tonight." Tyla didn't question it. "Sure," she replied. Felicity's heart pounded as she made her way to Dexter's house. At Dexter's house. Dexter lived in a huge home, far bigger than anything Felicity had ever seen. The gate opened with the press of a button, and the driveway stretched so long it felt like a road by itself. Inside, the house was spotless and modern, filled with expensive furniture, but it also felt empty, like a hotel without guests. "Wow," Felicity whispered. Dexter smirked. "Welcome to my boring palace. Big house, but no parents. Just me." He had prepared snacks, movies, and even music. At first, everything felt normal. They talked, laughed, and shared stories, but as the evening grew darker, the silence between them grew heavier. Felicity caught him looking at her, his eyes serious. She looked back, and suddenly, they were kissing. The kiss deepened, and before she realized it, they were in his bedroom. Felicity pulled back, her voice shaking. I can't. I'm not ready. Dexter touched her cheek gently. Don't be scared. Trust me. It'll be fine. Kevin will never know. Her heart raced. Every part of her screamed to stop, but his words and his closeness weakened her resolve. In the end, she gave in. That night, they crossed a line that Felicity had never imagined she would cross. The morning after. When sunlight streamed through the curtains, Dexter stirred awake. He turned to Felicity, ready to tease her gently, but his smile faded instantly. She was lying still, her face pale. "Felicity," he whispered, nudging her shoulder. "Wake up!" No response. He tried again, shaking her gently. "Come on, don't joke around." Her lips were cold. Her chest didn't rise. Panic exploded inside him. He pressed his ear against her chest. No heartbeat. Her pulse was gone. "No, no, no!" Dexter's voice cracked. His hands trembled as he held her, his mind spinning. He had no idea what had happened. One moment she had been alive, smiling, kissing him, and now she was gone. Tears blurred his vision. "This can't be real," he whispered. For the first time in his life, Dexter felt completely powerless. Money, charm, confidence, none of it mattered. The girl in his arms wasn't breathing. The letter. Hours passed in a blur. Dexter sat in his room, unable to think clearly. Fear clawed at him. The police would come. Everyone would blame him. And deep inside, guilt crushed him. He had convinced her to stay, convinced her to trust him. Finally, with shaking hands, he picked up a pen and paper. He wrote a short letter. "I don't know what happened. I just woke up and she was gone. I can't live with this. I'm sorry." He placed the letter on the table, his tears staining the page. Then he went to his father's locked cabinet where he knew a gun was kept. He took it out, sat on the edge of the bed, and whispered, "I'm sorry, Felicity." The shot echoed through the empty house. The news. By afternoon, police cars filled the driveway. Neighbors gathered, whispering in shock, as officers carried out 2 bodies. The Smith family was called first. Mrs. Smith collapsed when she heard the news, screaming and sobbing. Mr. Smith, who had just returned from his work trip, stood frozen, his face pale with disbelief. Kevin heard about it later that evening. At first, he didn't believe it, but when the truth sank in, he broke down. Tears ran down his cheeks as anger boiled inside him. "How could she?" he whispered. "How could she betray me and then leave me like this?" For the first time, Kevin didn't know whether to cry for her or hate her. Tyla's guilt. Tyla stood by Felicity's grave a week later, her hands trembling. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "You lied to me, Felicity. You said you were going to Kevin's, but you went to Dexter instead. And now your mom blames me for covering for you. I blame myself too. Kevin was perfect for you, but you chose him instead." Her voice broke as she cried harder. "Why, Felicity? Why?" The graveyard was quiet, except for the sound of her sobs. Felicity was gone. Dexter was gone. But their choices had left scars that would not heal easily. And though none of them knew it yet, this tragedy would change Kevin and Tyla's lives forever.